All right, everybody, how are you doing? Apologize, we had a couple of technical difficulties, so we're starting a few minutes late here, but better late than never, as I like to say. Today's topic is a very important one. We're going to be talking about how to identify the best areas in your state to do fix and flips, okay? What are the best areas in your states to actually do fix and flips? And what we're going to be covering, we always do a finding tip, and we're going to talk a little bit about door knocking, and then we're going to go through the 10 key factors that you need to be looking at to determine where are the best flips in your area. Let's make sure we get the slides working. Maybe not. Let's see here. I was hoping we could get that working. Just getting black out with the slides. Let's try doing this one more time. Okay, I got another idea. Boy, this is just our technical day. Give me 1 second. Let me just see so we can get this. This might work for us. Let's go back to the browser here. Oh, okay, there we go. How to identify the best areas in your state to flip properties. That's what we're talking about today. So we're gonna go through those 10 key factors. We're gonna do our welcome and updates as we do every single week. We're t-shirt giveaway and our free tool of the week. All right, guys, super excited to have you with us. I think that nothing great in life comes without education, following a system, hard work, and determination to follow through until the end. Although I know those can be difficult, that I think is the recipe to success in pretty much everything in life. If you're joining me live, please give me your name and the city and state that you're investing in. I want to give you a shout out and let you know I appreciate you being with us. All right, let's jump into this. Our shirt giveaway, every single week we give a t-shirt giveaway. We'll announce last week's winner at the end of today's LiveCast. And for anybody that's gotten one of those shirts that hasn't yet taken a photo, please go back, take a photo. We pay for the shipping, we pay for the shirt. We're gonna send it all over to you. Just post that on facebook.com/DoHardMoney. So who wants a free shirt? If you do, type it in the comments and let me know. What I'm looking for is people that are asking good questions, that are engaging, that want to know things, that make some comments. That's the type of stuff we're looking for to decide who our t-shirt winner of the week is. And every single week, we're going to choose one person that is our t-shirt winner of the week. All right, so I need your help. We are currently at 9,311 subscribers. My goal is to get to 9,375. So I really appreciate all of you that are current YouTube subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. I want to thank you. Hope you enjoy the information that we put together. We spent a lot of time, effort, and money to put this together to give that to you for free. Also, I'm looking for new subscribers. So if you know someone that would be a good fit for the types of things we're doing, please refer them over to us. And if you are listening and you're currently not a subscriber, go to YouTube, click that subscribe button for Do Hard Money, and type it in the comments that you are my newest YouTube subscriber, and I really appreciate it. Okay, every single week, all my subscribers know this, every single week I do a couple of things. I do this live cast, and then we take this live cast and make it a recording, so you can listen to that as well. Also, every single week, I answer one question. So like bad areas to flip, or is a fire damaged home fine? And that's usually anywhere from a few minutes to 10 or 15 minutes where we answer a specific question. So really appreciate you if you hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe. That little bell notification will let you know that when we go live or when we drop a new video, so you can be one of the very first to see it. Okay, Ralph own lugs, living and interest in New York and PA. All right, Ralph, thanks so much for being with us. We've got King in Detroit, Michigan. King, thanks so much for being with us as well. All right, guys, stay until the end. I'll be giving away a next property roadmap, okay? In our next property roadmap, it basically lays out from where you're at to where you want to be and tells you what actions you need to be taking on a weekly basis to get there. So you want to get a copy of that. I'll show you how at the end of this live cast today. Real estate update. Home price correction. We're seeing this. The financial markets are putting some pressure on mortgage rates. Those mortgage rates are coming up. I just had a really good live cast, and one of the things that they said, and the guy's an economist, is that typically we see historically that the interest rates go up until they meet where inflation is. And I thought that was really interesting because inflation currently, as of recent, is at 7%. And the federal funds is about 5%. So they expect funds cost to go up and inflation to come down, and somewhere in that, call it 6, call it whatever, that's where when we see the inflation continue to come down and the funds come up, those are somewhat equal to each other is probably where we're gonna see rates stay for a little bit. And then we'll start seeing those rates come down. That's some forecasting. And I think that's interesting. I like that concept. I mean, nobody's got a crystal ball, but I thought that was really interesting. Check out, that'll be coming out on our Income Hacker podcast. Okay, so the home price correction. Financial markets, it's putting this pressure. We know this, it's changing, but one of the things is I think it's more normalizing than it is changing. It was kind of out of control. This gives you an idea of what we're thinking is gonna be happening, or Moody's thinks is gonna happen with property values over 2023, and what we think you're gonna be seeing. Also, we're seeing some places that may have some increases, as well as some places that will have some decreases across in 2023. Most of those are Florida, Nevada, Honolulu, that type of stuff to be looking at. But also in 2024, this is kind of the idea of some speculation, some forecasting as to what might be happening. And for next year, home prices are going to go up 0. That's kind of the idea. Some places it might go up, some places it might go down, but we're not expecting to see an increase. Now, when we've seen 20% increase, that feels like we're really dragging, but the reality is average increase is about 3% a year. So last year we did what you would do in, I don't know how many years is that, like 10 years? No, not that much, 7 years or something. Housing economists warn that there could be some more price corrections, but this is definitely not going to be 2008 all over again. We've got October's update. We're coming to the tail end of November, so in a couple weeks we'll have November's data. But as far as October, inventory is going up. I think we knew that would be the case. Unsold homes is barely going up. I think you'll see that more as we see November's reports. Pending inventory has gone down, and newly listed homes have gone down as well. That's something to actually think about. There's less homes coming onto the market. List price actually went up in October. I don't expect that for November, so keep a close eye on that. Time on market was 51 days. Which is 6 more days than it was last year, which doesn't surprise me, but it was 20 days shorter than what it was prior to COVID. So if we get in that time capsule, fly back there and say, hey, what was it like? It was taking 71 days to sell a house. On average, that's countrywide. Every area is going to be a little bit different, but we're currently at 51 days, so I don't see that necessarily surprising. All right, property finding tip of the week. Let me grab a drink and we'll get into it. Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about door knocking. Okay, this is something most people don't like to do, but it can produce great results. So it's simply just knocking on the door saying, hey, do you wanna sell? There's 2 different types of door knocking that you can do. There's the targeted approach and the broad approach, okay? The target approach is knocking on doors with people that are motivated and have equity, okay? This could be somebody that's going through a bankruptcy. This could be somebody that's going through a foreclosure. This could be notice of interest, that type of stuff. Also, the broad is just knocking on any door and saying, hey, do you want to sell? I personally prefer being targeted because I think I can get a better result, but I am going to be driving around a little bit more in neighborhoods. And so the question is like, where do you want to go door knocking? And so what I like to do is look at zip codes that are actually working. I like to fish where the fish are. So what I'm looking for is where are the most cash buyers? These are people who are buying properties and paying cash. It means that there's investors there. If they're paying cash for it, there's investors there that are looking to invest. And so that's interesting. So if I'm seeing a lot of cash buyers in an area, in a zip code, more than others, where are the most cash buyers? Those are zip codes that I want to clue in on, and ones that I may want to be targeting. And then those are ones that I'll go after and target either with door knocking or if I'm going to do other forms of marketing. So find properties where there's the most demand, which means if there's the most cash buyers there, that's what I'm looking for, because that's where you're going to be seeing some of the most investor demand. So with that, you create a simple table, you sort it, and basically say, hey, what do we do? Now, for our members, we have a full training on how to do this for our members to make it really easy. So you can start by knocking on doors within the zip codes that have the most number of cash buyers. And if you want to take it even a step further, you can look for people that have equity and actually have motivation as well. Motivation being a change of life circumstances. We'll get into that here. But equity is basically, you can sort the properties and say who's got more than $75,000 worth of equity, or 10% or 20% or 30%, and you can simply knock on those doors. Now, if you want to look at motivation, I think the combination of equity and motivation is where the sweet spot is, especially if you couple that with the right zip codes. Okay, so let's talk about if the property's vacant, that's going to be some motivation. If they have involuntary liens, this is a lien that they didn't want to have go on their property. So like your mortgage and that type of stuff, that's a voluntary lien. An involuntary lien is going to be a bill that you didn't pay, or a child support, or something like that that you didn't want to come onto your property. Bankruptcy can be a great one. Out-of-state owners, out-of-country owners. Non-owner occupieds means they live in the same state but not in that property, so it's probably a rental property. Pre-foreclosures. Failed listings that was on the MLS and didn't sell. You're going to start seeing some more of those. Those are going to be some opportunities for us. High equity that are free and clear. High equity meaning they have lots of equity or the property's free and clear. Another one that you can go after is ownership time frame. You know, people that have owned it for 10 years or more, or something like that, or 20 years or more, or 30 years or more. Those might be properties that you want to be going after as well. But when it really comes down to it, timing is everything. When you're going to go out there, you want to be doing weekends and evenings. If you go knock on the door in the middle of the day, you're probably not going to have the greatest response rate because you want to knock when people are actually home. But one of the things I'll warn you is be careful. If you want to drive up in some slick, nice car, people are going to be more hesitant if they see you in some expensive car. I'm just telling you that because it's something to be aware of. And Gina, thanks for being with us. So what do you say? Well, it's really simple. Maybe a random question. I'm an investor looking to buy properties in the area. Wonder if you have any interest in selling. Okay, that's how easy it is. And do you know anyone else that's interested in selling? Those are the questions to be asking. If it's a foreclosure, there's a different process for this on the foreclosure. I've got some videos on what to say if they're in foreclosure, the process of buying a foreclosure. I've got that on YouTube. You can check that out, and it'll go through some things you should be saying if they're in a foreclosure situation. A big pro tip here, though, that is really important is you're not trying to convince people to sell. You're not trying to talk people into selling. You're trying to find people that already have a motivation that need to for some other reason. And you want to offer ease and convenience where that's more important than price. Where basically the idea is I'm willing to take less to make it easy and make it convenient. And they have motivation. That's the type of people you want to be trying to find that you can help and also get a good deal from that you can then pass on to somebody else and help everybody in the process. Okay, I'm going to grab another drink and then we're going to jump into the main event here. How to identify the best areas in your state to flip houses. What we're going to be covering today is the 10 factors you need to look at to determine whether an area is good for fix and flips. And you can do fix and flips in any state. I think that's really important. You can do fix and flips in any state. So don't let this information overwhelm you. You get a better idea when you look at data. So the more data, the better. And a good real estate agent should be able to help you with this and making some determinations as well. So how we're going to look at this, best states, also works with counties. So if you're saying, hey, these are the best states or these are the best counties within the states, it's going to be the same type of thing we're looking at. So one of the things we want to look at is price changes in the last 30 days. Are prices going up or prices going down? That's a big one for us because we want to know what are we looking at. Now, if fix and flip, if values are going up, we probably want to be doing fix and flips. If values are going down, we'd probably be more okay looking at rentals because we can negotiate a better price and we probably would be getting a better deal on those. Now, the next thing I like to look at is rental price changes. What is happening to the rental price? Are rents going up or are rents going down? I look in the last 30 days. If rents are going up, it's going to be good for fix and flips and good for rentals. And if they're going down, why is it going down is the big question I'm going to have. Are people moving out? What's happening? What's going on? Those are going to be important things. Number 3, price per square foot. What is the price per square foot? It's the sales price divided by the square feet. So you can look at this month over month and you can actually see those changes. Is it going up? Is it good for fix and flips? Is it going down? Could be good for buys and rentals. Those are some things that we're looking at there. Next thing I like to look at is the average days on market. How long is it taking to sell a property? How many days are they on market? And I look at that based upon bedrooms. How many, if it's a 3-bedroom, 5-bedroom, that type of stuff, how many days does the average home take on the market? The other thing I like to look at is the long-term market trend. What's going on with new listings? What's happening to the new listing price over the last 3, 6, 9 months? What's been happening to those? Are they going up? If they are, that's good for fix and flips. And if they're going down, it may be good for rentals and acquiring good rental properties. Number 6, we want to talk about long-term market trend. If we're looking at the properties that sold, we're going to call those closed sells, meaning they have a buyer, a seller, it's exchanged hands. We want to look and say, what's been happening over the last 3, 6, 9 months of the closed sells? What are we seeing? Which way are we trending? If we're going up, it's probably good for fix and flips, and we're going down, it's probably a better time for us to look at picking up some rental properties. The other thing I like to look at is new pre-foreclosures. Are we seeing new pre-foreclosures coming on the market, which means there's more people that are not able to make their payments and are going to go through a foreclosure process or at the early stages of a foreclosure process? This could suggest this may have an impact in lowering your overall value. And here's why. If a bank takes a property back, they can sell the property for a lot less than you can because they're going to get some insurance that's going to help pay them off. So that can put downward pressure on your overall prices if you are competing with real estate owned or bank owned properties. So that's something you've got to take into consideration as we're looking with this. Now, number 8, listing trends. What is happening last 3, 6, 9, 12 months? Home sales. Are there more home sales for the area or are there less home sales in the area? Is the number going up? Is the number going down? What is the average list price? Is the average list price going up? Is the average list price going down? Is the average days on market going up or the average days going down? Each of these can give you an idea of the direction of the market. It may be trending or where it may be heading, which can help you make some determinations on where the best places for you to be investing is. We'll also talk about listing price versus sales price. This is basically the negotiating room. How much was the seller asking and how much did they end up getting? Well, the seller was asking $200,000, but they ended up getting $150,000. Well, that's a big negotiations. And that's one of the mistakes people make is they look at active properties and say, oh, my house is going to sell for that. In a downward market, you want to use the lower of the actives or solds, whichever one's lower, and then you want to put some negotiating room in there as well. So that's the difference. What you'd be planning on of negotiating room, and the bigger that discount is, the worse that it is. And lastly, we want to look at sales trends. Homes sold, are they going up? Or are they going down? Are average solds going up or are they going down? What's happening with those? Average days on market, is it taking longer to sell? Like these are the sales trends, not just the listing trends that we talked about. So this may seem similar. It is, but it's the difference between listings and solds. The other thing we want to know is inventory, right? what is the relationship between inventory and days on market? So how many days of inventory do we have? Now, typically, if things are getting worse, it's a better time to look at buy and holding properties because I'm negotiate harder and do the rentals. And if they are moving up, it's probably a better time for me to look at selling those properties. If things are getting better, it may be time to do fix and flip. Now, can you do both? Yes, you're not limited, but I'm giving you some options here as to which is the better market to do which things in as something that you should be considering. So it's never a bad time to hold properties from my perspective. If you look at real estate and what happens over the 30-year perspective, rates go up, rents go up. That just has happened time and time again. So those are the things that we want to be looking for. Now, let's jump into a quick recap. What did you learn today? How to identify the best areas in your state to be flipping houses. Some things you need to be looking at are price changes in the last 30 days, rental price changes, price per square foot changes, average days on market, long-term market trends and new listings, long-term market trends with closed sales, ones that have actually sold, number of pre-foreclosures, all of our listing trends, our listing versus our sales price, and our overall sales trends. All right, guys, I promised a copy of our next property roadmap. If you'd like to get a copy of that, text your email address to 435-294-0433, 435-294-0433. We've got Florida and Virginia, thanks for being with us. We've got Gina, who thanks for being with us. We've got Gabby, thanks for being with us. We've got Ralph, thanks for being with us. A lot of you, I really appreciate you being with us and being a part of this. If you'd like to get a copy of that next property roadmap, which basically does a week by week what to do to get to your next deal, text your email address to 435-294-0433. Now, if you'd like to get a copy of our Find, Fund, Flip system, just head on over to DoHardMoney.com/get started, where you can learn about the system. And a lot of the stuff we went over today when we're talking about how to know what areas to be investing in, that is all handed to you on a silver platter on Investor's Edge, where you can look at areas, which helps you do research to know where you want to be. So we offer funding, courses, resources, calculator software, and a whole bunch more. David from Maryland, thanks for saying hello. Glad you are with us as well. So if you've enjoyed what you've heard today, check out my podcast called Income Hacker. And you can check that out, Income Hacker, anywhere where you listen to podcasts. So iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you like to listen to podcasts. We're doing a t-shirt giveaway, okay? T-shirt giveaway. We do this every single week. Our winner for last week is HFT. HFT, you are with us today. Thank you so much for being with us. Everybody give a shout out to HFT, which is obviously a screen name there, I hope. Well, I don't know. Maybe your mom named you H. Maybe. I don't know. Let us know. So H, what I need to have you do is email support@DoHardMoney.com. Put in the subject shirt winner, put in your screen name, your mailing address, your cell phone number, and your shirt size, and we'll send you out that free t-shirt. So congratulations, everybody. Round of applause over to H for being our t-shirt winner of the week. Make sure you send us an email, H, with these details so we can get that shirt on out to you. Now, for all of you that participated this week, if you want to be a winner like H, find out if you're the winner by coming next week. You will find out if you're this week's t-shirt winner. If you haven't already, text your email address to 435-294-0433 so that you can get a copy of that next property roadmap. It really helps you put week by week what needs to happen for you to be able to do and for you to be able to make it happen. Next week, we're going to be talking about the ultimate guide to buying homes with code violations. You're going to want to check that out because this is an untapped potential that I see quite a bit. Oh, my LLC initials. Okay, H, got it. So we're going to be talking about the ultimate guide to buying homes with code violations. If you haven't already, text your email address to 435-294-0433. All right, guys, thanks so much for being with me. Make it a very profitable day, and I will see you next week.